be sparking and rushing mad like inside the dark. Call me Bill Snatcher, just the brother for the rapture. I hang live, holding on strong, hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifested. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my psyche.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the anime. And now that we are going into, hands down, more than likely the most controversial episode in the Boruto franchise, Boruto episode 218, we really need to have a conversation about the impact of Naruto's Baryon Mode and why I believe that Baryon Mode Naruto versus Isshiki is Naruto's best battle as Hokage. Keyword as Hokage. So I know a lot of people, they love episode 65. I'm not talking about the animation quality. I'm talking about from a literary perspective. In terms of literature devices, which fight is better? And I think that episode 217, or the manga chapters from chapter, I believe, 51, 52 up to chapter 54, when Naruto's Baryon Mode is stomped out by Isshiki, I think that that is Naruto's biggest and most important battle as Hokage. I think it's his best battle as Hokage, and I do feel like it is truly worthy of the sacrifice that Naruto's making right now. And part of the reason why I feel this way is this fight is something that was in the Naruto timeline 33 years in the making. From the moment that Naruto was born and given the power of the nine-tailed fox, this was a battle that we are always counting down towards. If you want to go further to the moment when Naruto decided he wanted to be Hokage, you're talking about a battle that is over 20-something years in the making. And I have to say, this whole notion that Naruto was using this super overpowered transformation that was essentially the equivalent of a Jinchuriki having the 8th gate unlocked for them, and everything that was on the line for Naruto as a character, and everything that was on the line in terms of just the stakes for the entire world itself. This was so earned. This is different than Naruto getting the Nine Tails power and going into battle during the 4th Great Ninja War. The reason why this is different is, yes, you saw Naruto train, and so there was payoff on that, but there was always the implication that there was another level of power there, because while Naruto's taking Kurama's chakra, he and Kurama, they weren't in perfect unison at that point. Kurama wasn't fully cooperating with them. Naruto just took the power and mastered the power that he had. And so you saw the gradual progression from KCM 1 to KCM 2 to 6 Path Sage Mode to 6 Path Sage Mode that has the QB Chakra Mode stacked on top of it. You saw Naruto grow a lot in that instance right there, and you knew that he was fighting for peace. However, the reason why this is different is this is Naruto in a situation where his battle with Isshiki is the literal embodiment of Naruto's struggle during his part of Boruto's story. As a reminder, by Boruto's own words in Boruto chapter 1, he says that this is my story, but in the very beginning of my story is a story of me and my dad. The boy who wanted to be Hokage, he plays a part in the small role in my story, so this is me and my father's story at first. Well, we're starting that point now to where we're transitioning away from Naruto Uzumaki being the main heavy hitter in the franchise, because up to this point he was sharing the spotlight with Boruto as a main character. Well, now we're starting that transition, and what I like about this is, like I said, it's the embodiment of Naruto's struggle in the Boruto franchise, because Naruto's always struggled with being a father and being a Hokage, finding that balance. And it's been so awesome to watch Naruto struggle to hit that balance, because on one hand, he needs to be the Hokage. He has all these duties he has to go through. And yet on the other hand, from the moment he accepted that position, it's been really hard on his son. And while you've seen the two of them work through their issues, and you've seen Naruto take more of a hands-on approach with Boruto, no longer just using shadow clones to train him like he did in Naruto Gaiden, but instead you're seeing the real Naruto train Boruto and spend time with them and come home for dinner. Well, all of that gets paid off when Naruto is fighting against Isshiki, and Ishiki's making it known, your son is 80% Otsutsuki. I can feed him to the 10 tails. I can harvest this planet and get a chakra fruit if I start the process by giving your son over. And for the first time, Naruto isn't just fighting for the world per se, but he's also fighting for his son. Against Momoshiki, Boruto was in danger, but he was not in direct danger. He would be a byproduct of danger in the sense that if Naruto failed, then Momoshiki would kill Boruto after the fact. This was the first time as Hokage that Naruto is fighting somebody who is directly after his son. And what I like about this is that in this time right here, Naruto pushed past his limits. And that's what I love about this Baryon Mode is this is something that we see Naruto say, okay, so if I use this power, it can kill me, but I've got to protect my son. I've got to protect my village. You see both of those conflicts come to a head at this point, and how Naruto at this point was given the opportunity to equally protect both of them. And that's what makes this so beautiful when Naruto powers up in that form and basically says, I don't care if I'm going to lose my life, as long as I can protect those I care for. He saves Boruto. He uses that power, that forbidden power, to cradle Boruto. He reassures him that everything's going to be okay, all while in a situation where he knows that he's using a power that results in death. And it's a move that really kind of calls back to the 8th gate, where not when Might Guy used it, but instead when Might Dai used it. Might Dai, when he used the 8th gate, he did so in front of Might Guy, and when he did that, it inspired Guy to get stronger himself. He opened up that power as a way to protect his child. And so Naruto is in a similar situation there. And that's what makes this so beautiful, is we're seeing Naruto the father on full display. And the Naruto and Isshiki battle is a further extension of the Naruto and Jigen battle, which I've done a whole video breaking down the symbolism of that and why the fatherhood aspect is so huge in the Boruto franchise. Well, in this situation here, you're seeing a custody battle, not just for Naruto's son Boruto, but also Naruto's adopted son Kawaki, because Isshiki wants to put the karma seal on Kawaki. Isshiki views Kawaki not as a child, but instead as a means of being reborn. Naruto views Kawaki as a legitimate citizen of Konoha, as a member of his family, and you see that back and forth, and you see how Naruto, even though he hasn't been around Kawaki for long, he's grown to love that character. And part of the reason why this really hits symbolically is you have moments where Naruto's final battle, using the power of the Nine Tails, there's so much symbolism. For a moment, Naruto's tails, when he lands, actually take on the symbolism and shape of that flame that is in the Konoha cemetery, showing once again that Naruto's willing to die and give everything up to protect his child, to protect his village. Those narrative aspects right there, and how important this is for Naruto as a character, is something that makes this fight work. And what makes it work even better is the fact that despite everything that Naruto did, Naruto still failed. And I know somebody's scratching their head saying, well, if Naruto failed, is this really worth it? Yes, because you have to understand, as a writer, you have to be willing to allow your characters to fail. They don't need to succeed at everything. And when they fail, it needs to be done in such a heartbreaking way to where you watch everything or you read everything and you say, he was right there, he was so close. And it makes you wonder, well, how can they get over this obstacle first? And the fact that after everything is over, the ramifications of using that Baryon Mode, the ramifications of it are going to be something that changes the entire narrative of the franchise. And that's, again, why I think that this was the most important battle for Naruto as Hokage, because this was a series-defining battle because of the direct implications that it has. We now have real tension and conflict because Konoha no longer can rely on the power of the Nine-Tailed Fox. And there's one more plot twist of what happens in this Isshiki battle that I don't want to give away, because I believe the anime is going to cover in the next episode based on the episode promotional titles. So I really am interested to know what you guys think. Do you guys feel like this is Naruto's most important battle as Hokage? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.